reverse across your little area. You're gonna shoot, you're gonna smack these targets while you move, even if you don't feel comfortable with it or it's not appropriate for you today. Okay? When you're done shooting them all, you saw what happened, right? It's like I dismounted the gun to connect some space, I aggressively moved over, and then got to the other side of the barrels and whacked the popper. Right? That's what I mean. Shoot while you move across the barrel stack, shoot the popper. Technique-wise, should be pretty obvious. We're going to have a nice, gentle, heel-to-toe, full-step type of thing. So I'm not disturbing my sight picture a lot. I'm going to try to minimize that. You can see I'm gently stepping my feet on and off the ground, so I stay nice and stable. Okay? Nice and gentle. As we were just doing, like the finesse part is big here, right? So I want to be stable, and hold my sights still. That's pretty important. Now you might have some idea like, hey, I want to make sure I shoot between footsteps, something like that. What do you think I'm going to see about that? Out of balance. It's like, I'm not square. That shit out under pressure. Like, there is no way. Like, if it's that hard that I can only shoot like when one point is doing a specific thing, like probably shoot. Okay? You want to point your hips in the direction you're moving. Okay? So I can use my big kick muscle. Also, if I'm shooting, it's helpful to point my hips at the target I'm shooting, so I can be squared up to it. Right? Okay, well here we have kind of a problem because I'm moving this way and shooting this way. So what I'd like you to do is just split the difference, put your hips in a 45-degree angle, and a gentle side walk across the stage. That's kind of the best you can do. One caution for this is that as soon as the targets get past like a 90-degree angle here, like 90 degrees past to me, and I start to feel a ton of pressure in my shoulders because I can't get the gun over there easily, you're kind of in trouble. Okay, I would have to switch to walking backwards to continue engaging the targets. That's usually not very productive for a stage setting. So the only caution here is make sure you get the target knocked out before it gets past. Like here, I'm really in trouble. I can barely get at it. So get it done before you crosses the 90-degree angle view. Okay, make sense so far? All right, now visually, super important that you focus on a small spot on the target. Okay? If you're moving or the target's moving, it becomes even more important. Very, very commonly, people put the gun up on the target. Since they're moving, they're going to perceive like, oh, I need to aim more, aim better, that kind of thing. And they'll start to tunnel into the sights. What will happen then, so, not to pick on anyone, but let's say I was going to shoot Greg. Alright, so I come up, put the sights up, I tunnel in here, now watch what happens. See this? My point of aim is trending right off the target if I'm looking at the sights. Okay? Because the target's position relative to me is changing. And if I'm focused here, I'm not going to perceive that. I'll have a blurry object over here. Okay? So instead, if I keep my focus like right at a particular point, track, yeah, that button right there. I'll track that spot without effort. I'm going to keep walking and look at that spot. When I feel like I'm done, I look to the next spot. And I'll automatically track that spot. So if you push shots in the direction you're moving, you know, that's an indicator you're probably focused on the sight. You know, the front sight red dot, it'll be the same effect. Okay? With me so far on this. Now as far as confirmation, I recommend not doing the predictive shooting, the fast double taps. Why? Well, all of the training we're doing for that was static. So if I'm like training static to understand how to predict how my gun's going to behave, well, all that shit's out the window when I start moving around, right? So I want to make sure that I'm seeing the sight return for each shot. So instead of like one sight picture, then whack the trigger twice, it'll be shoot your sight like a bouncing ball. Like make sure you're seeing it come back down, because as the circumstances get more challenging, you need to make sure you're in the sight down. Okay, sound good so far? Now I said it goes to you if you're nervous to looking over here at these targets, right? I don't blame you. Okay, so if you're wondering, am I going to have you shoot these while you move? The answer to that little riddle is yes. You're going to be doing it. So the reason we're doing it, like, I'll tell you what my opinion would be on these. Everybody here should be shooting these on the move right now, today, in a match setting. This is doable. This, for the guys like B class, A class, you know, if you have a red dot, some sort of advantage like that, maybe you're shooting major, this becomes like, hey, if you want to be competitive like A class, like M class, you need to be able to shoot these on the move in those divisions. Okay? I'm going to make you do it today, but you ought to be able to. These over here, at that distance, that's for fun, that's for training, that's so you really understand what you can get away with when you shoot on the move, okay? I'm going to make everybody do it. The idea is so you get a good sense, like a good internal barometer about like, what am I comfortable shooting on the move, what am I not? It's really important when you go to a match, like you're going to have a squad of different personalities there, and you're going to have guys making different decisions. You want to be able to look at a stage, you're like, oh, well, should I shoot this on the move and should I not? Like, this doesn't sound very scientific, but you just take a gut check. Like, how you feel about it is probably the right answer for you, no matter what other people say. Because if you feel like you can do it, you're going to be aggressive, you're going to be going after it, it'll be a good thing. And if you get pulled into it, like somebody else pushes you into doing something you're not comfortable with, you're going to be doing this anyway, not really making much movement, like not really, you're just making it harder for yourself at that point. So like really understanding what your capabilities are is super important. And this, like being honest, this is the right side, that's just to challenge you. That's just so you can understand what to get away with. So let's come on over here. So everybody agrees this is probably not appropriate to do in a match setting. Yeah? Okay. We'll give it a try. Forced to shoot it on the move, but just for a demonstration, I'm going to shoot it static, then move. Because you saw, like, yeah, I could make the hits. I was not very comfortable or confident about that, but I could do it in theory. Okay. Try it again. Okay. All right. Okay. Woo-hoo. To your eye, it can be hard to tell.
Let's say this part is faster.
Yeah, I was running like a motherfucker, wasn't I?
Yeah, maybe the second one may be faster. I think the second one was slower by a second.
The second one was slower by a tenth.
By a tenth.
Exactly. You don't understand this stuff unless you test it. So again, you don't want to be the dude that's like shooting like bitch mode, you're just making it harder, especially you're juiced up, you're under pressure, you're trying to shoot for performance, and let's say this is in the middle of a much more complex stage or scenario. It's like, you got to learn, like, what, if I can't do it aggressively, if I'm not super confident with it, it's not the play probably, okay? Again, you don't figure that stuff out unless you're training. So, like, I want you to try this. It's a good skill builder. You'll probably be surprised how good you can make hits, but you'll be you're like, ugh, I'm not really making movement. Over on the left side where the targets are wide open, you saw me like it was like a half run. Like I'm rolling, I'm ripping through there hard, like rah, rah, rah. That's what over there, that's what you want to get to. As you build skill shooting while you move, really what you expand is the speed that you can move and shoot. It's not about shooting, it's not usually about shooting more complicated targets or harder targets. It's like move faster and still get decent hits while you're shooting these targets. That's where we want to go with this. Does this make sense, everybody? All right, so just like before, you can shoot on the stage as much as you want, and then I'll be over here running this, and we'll get back to it, guys.